Hello everyone, we are in the third video of chapter tissues. In the previous video, we have seen two types of permanent tissues. They are simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. It's time to study the subtypes of simple permanent tissue now. So the first example of simple permanent tissue is parenchyma. Okay. So see, these diagrams are already there in your textbook. Let us move on the next slide. Now it's time to talk about the nature of tissue. Okay, just like we had a discussion on nature of meristem, nature of permanent tissues. Now it's time to talk about the nature of parenchyma. Okay, how are the cells present in the parenchyma? What are their characteristics, right? So basically, this parenchyma is a living tissue. Okay, in next videos we will come across some of the tissues which are dead tissues. Okay, but here you have to remember that parenchyma is an example of living tissue. Okay, cells are oval or spherical in shape. Now for this I will move in the next previous slide. See, here you can see how is the shape of cells. The cells are mostly oval or spherical in shape. Then a large vacuole is seen in these cells. The nucleus is small and of course it is present in the periphery. Okay, periphery means what? Near the boundary of cell. Okay. Then cells are loosely packed with large intercellular spaces. Okay, now if you have to go for comparative study on this point, what you will say that meristem में there were no intercellular spaces. Simple complex tissues में या फिर permanent tissues in permanent tissues some permanent tissues will show presence of intercellular spaces, some will show absence of intercellular spaces. So this is an example of a permanent tissue where intercellular spaces are present. Can you see in the diagram? The cells are loosely arranged. Okay, see here, and these gaps in between the cells are known as intercellular spaces. Okay, yes. Now, and the cell walls are comparatively thin. So these are the characteristics of cells present in parenchyma. Now, where is this tissue present? Well, it is widely distributed in roots, stems, leaves, flowers and fruits. This is basically a packaging tissue. Okay, more than a major part of plant body is occupied by parenchyma. Okay, yes. And what are the possible functions? First function, just now I said, it serves as a basic packaging tissue and thus provides support to the plant. Then what is the general function of it? It stores food and water, and that is why it is also known as a food storage tissue. And then it becomes specialized sometimes. For example, if the chloroplast is present in parenchyma cells, then it will it will be able to perform photosynthesis. Such a parenchyma which is able to perform photosynthesis is known as chlorenchyma. My dear children, this word you have to remember because there's one more word similar with this name. That would come in the next video. So do remember this word. It is chlorenchyma. What is chlorenchyma? The parenchyma with chloroplast is known as chlorenchyma, and this would be present in the leaves of a plant because we know that leaves are the photosynthetic organs, है ना? Yes. And in hydrophytes, means aquatic plants. Okay, this parenchyma is known as erenchyma. Why? Because eren, something related with the air, isn't it? So this erenchyma shows presence of large air cavities. Can you see here these large air cavities? It is going to provide buoyancy or floating ability to plant, and that is the reason why these plants you could see them floating on the surface of water. This is because of a special type of parenchyma which is known as erenchyma. So here we finish with the functions, and here we end our video.